Hello, hello, and welcome to our cast reveal for Pandora Season 12. This one is called Gone Too Soon. It's essentially a Second Chances season, but I wanted to widen the scope a little bit to some more obscure or interesting choices from early boots, people that probably were voted out a bit too soon, and definitely had more game in them. But we have players all the way from first boots up to just missing the final tribal council. So it should be a really exciting mix of people. There'll be some interesting picks as well, especially as we dip into our early old school days. It's harder and harder to get those people to kind of play in the new format and kind of come back after over a year of not playing. But I'm working hard to try to get as many of them to come back as possible. So we do have some in the mix of old school folks.
Nice.
And I think some really, really exciting power players, as well as some people that are definitely more under the radar and subtle. So really, really excited. With us, we have our production extraordinaire, Hannah, as well as winners from seasons 1, 7, and 11. So Travis, Mike, and Sam, welcome to the panel. We'll be discussing, folks, we do have some intro videos for some, not everybody, but we do have some, so we can obviously talk about the other folks in between. Now I have to remember, is that first? So up first, from season 2.
Gosh.
So way back in the day, 6th place finisher, Adam. So Travis would probably be the only person that might remember Adam. I don't know, Hannah.
Vaguely.
No, I'm just being enthusiastic for him.
So Adam is from the Boston area. He's a theater guy. I don't think he was super into Survivor, but made it pretty far. I think he got the game pretty quick. And, for being someone pretty new to orgs, and actually brand new to orgs and pretty new to Survivor, to get to 6th place, I think was and it wasn't like I didn't feel like he was in a GOAT scenario. I actually think he was actively playing in the game, but probably just didn't have enough of the wherewithal to kind of push past some of the other gamers in season 2. So excited to have him back. Excited to see him in this new format, and to have some old school blood in the mix. No video on him, so unless anybody has anything else to say, I think we can move along.
It'll be like watching a newbie. I'm excited.
Yeah. He'll essentially be a newbie, kind of second time around. So we'll see if he's learned anything from that first time, even though it's a much more condensed period.
How long was the first game?
First game was just a weekend. First 4 seasons were just one weekend. So we did.
Oh wow! Okay.
Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon. Right, Travis?
Gotcha.
Well, I was just Saturday and Sunday.
You were just Saturday, Sunday. Okay, maybe was it Second Chances that was Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Yeah. Anyway, it was all captured in a weekend. So
okay.
All right. Up next, we have from season 8 another 6th place finisher. Ready for all the smoky videos. We have Alex coming back.
Yes.
The vape queen.
I think Alex gets better and better every time she plays an org. For those who didn't know, she played with Christine and I in Big Brother Hogwarts, and was out kind of early. She made it, through to 6th place in Pandora. She's been playing a bunch of games since, so I'm really excited to see her come back and play again. I think she's getting better and better with each one. And I like that she, when on her boot that in season 8, she did call people out and basically said they were being boring. And, I think she's a little firecracker. So I'm excited to see some of that brought back. No intro video on her as well. But up next, where you love her. We're all very excited.
Yes,
Aviva. Queen Aviva.
I was waiting for the A. Where's she gonna come?
From season 10. So Sam, for your knowledge, Aviva.
That's Andrew's friend.
Yeah, introduce us to Andrew.
Hi, Andrew. Yay. Bring Andrew back. Where's he? Gone too soon.
So
He really was.
Aviva is amazing. She's, I don't even know how to describe just the amount of time and effort she puts into the game, which could be her downfall. So I'm wondering if she will learn from that, from her first season of being seen as such a target because of how active she was, how obviously active she was in terms of sharing the information she had, and how many times she'd watched the recordings and like all this stuff, right? And she's been engaged since. This last season, she was doing stats and she was sending me screenshots of different charts and things that she put together. Like, she's really into this stuff. And so it'll be interesting to see if she can pull it back a little bit. Let's
How's
see.
she doing season 10?
Oh,
definitely gone too soon.
To say.
Mhm.
Yes,
I don't remember pre-merge.
Hold on. Yeah,
she's pre-merge. Oh gosh.
she was. Hold please.
And it was in a crazy vote
She was
situation.
13th place. Yeah, 13th place
wow.
in season 10. All right, I'm gonna mute. I think I have to mute.
Oh, this, yeah.
Hello.
We're good.
On to our season 10, Rookies versus Returners. I am super honored and excited and flattered to be asked back for season 12. And I can't wait to get started on it. I had such a good time my first time out. It was a really great way to try an org out, having never done one before. I think I was a little worried going into it that I would end up feeling personally really hurt and wouldn't have thick enough skin for it, but actually getting voted out a little bit earlier and not as a blind side in a weird way. There are some ways I'm like, you know what, this was a good way to try out an org. I made a lot of mistakes that I definitely want to change my approach up on. But
Yes.
I felt personally really good about many aspects of what was going on. So I definitely, moving forward, I kind of had anticipated the first time that I would come on a little too strong, be a little too intense. And I think I did, even though I kind of anticipated I would do that. So I'm going to try hard to adjust that a little bit. I think that upped my threat level. And in some ways I can't really undo that at this point, but I'm hoping with a season of returners, that perhaps some of that intensity, some of what's perceived as really hardcore gaming, some of the kind of intense note-taking that I was doing, won't necessarily be something that will put a target on my back in the same way. I'm still going to do most of those things, but I'm going to also try to keep them a little bit more contained. Hoping I can find someone with in-game to be a really solid ride or die and share everything with them. But beyond that, I think I'm going to try really hard to be a little bit more judicious with information sharing. I'm hoping I can make it to more puzzles this time out. I love puzzles. I'm hoping I can try to figure out a tree mail. I'm really disappointed in myself that I didn't figure out tree mail in season 10, especially since it was math and I should have gotten it and I didn't. So I definitely want to figure out tree mail. I want to make it to puzzles. I want to contain information a little bit more. Maybe I'll try to have an out of game outlet, because I know I have a hard time keeping all that stuff in my head inside, but perhaps trying to find an outlet that won't necessarily affect perceptions of me within game. In a way, I'm trying to have my motto this time be a line from Hamilton of talk less and smile more. Don't let them know what you're against or what you're for. So I'm going to try to employ that. But I'm super excited. I hope I make it longer, obviously, with a whole season of people who it's their second chance and gone too soon. That's probably a common goal. But I can't wait. See you tomorrow.
Oh, she's so cute. I love her. I feel like she learned. I feel like she hit all the things that you guys said. I feel like she hit those as things she needs to fix.
And I think she is a very adaptable player. And I think we saw that in her original season anyway. So I think her knowledge of what she did wrong is really going to play well here, because she's going to know what not to do.
Yep. And watching last season.
Yeah,
Andrew
I'm
can be
watching
her out of game
every
outlet.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was also very close with Scott in her season, Scott Earl, and has asked me if he's on production or she can chat with him or not as well. So I think she's definitely looking for that. But I'm very excited. I love people that are really passionate about the game. I think everybody will be a player of some, but she's just got on a different level of passion for it that I just really like watching. So, all right, big drum roll.
Oh. Yes.
This man was gone exactly when he needed to fucking. That's baloney, Justin. He left exactly the right time.
Second place is gone too soon for Cody.
Oh
So,
my
let's hear a little
god!
bit.
If this man
so
didn't goddamn learn, Oh, he better have a whole video. I'm about to flip
so
it.
excited.
Oh my god, I swear to God.
Guess who's back? Well, I guess everyone, so it's not so special. Oh man. I am super stoked for tomorrow night. It's going to be a good one. I'm excited to see who is going to be participating. I don't know if anyone from my season 11, will be, but I'm
You better hope there's not.
excited to see who would be there, but a little daunting because of, given how I got voted out, being, called the dictator and stuff like that. So we're going to change our plan up a little bit. I'm not going to be so, I'm not going to be the spearhead of these vote outs or grouping together people as much. It seemed like it didn't go over as well as I thought. It was interesting though, because I would have loved someone to step up and put a group of people together, especially after the merge. But unfortunately, the people I was with did not like that. So I will, in the future, maybe sit back a little bit, maybe not be the leader, hopefully not be the person that picks the tribes. I like to control my own fate, but in the game of Survivor, you kind of put some trust in other people, or Pandora, sorry. You put faith in other people, and sometimes it's not always about playing the game how you want to play it, but playing the game to the people within the game. So if I was thrown into a group of a lot of leaders, we'd want to form an alliances and groups of 7 to outvote others. But in my previous season 11, they didn't want that, or at least they didn't want me part of that group. So, and I'm okay with that. At first I was a little hurt, especially by the words that they use, but it's not a big deal, brush it off. I'm coming into this season super excited. I'm ready to go again. We're just going to play it a little differently and hopefully, build some strong alliances that will get me to the end. It's going to be a good one. I'm hoping to see some people that I know, but if not, Lone Wolf, maybe I'll upgrade to the Shepherd again. If not, that's okay. I don't want to be voted out because I'm the Shepherd. So I'd rather be a sheep at the beginning at least. All right. Super excited for tomorrow. Can't wait. All that good jazz. So I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
No. I don't think he's going to learn from anything.
He did that. I'm going to speak really quickly. Something Cody didn't often let me do. I will be the first. That man did not learn a damn thing from this whole season. I understand the words people used to describe him were very harsh, but they were all incredibly accurate. He did not bring groups of people together. He dictated exactly what he wanted them to do and told them exactly how to behave, exactly what to say, tried to bring people together in whatever way he wanted, and just expected people to fall in line with how he wanted. I do appreciate that in that video he said, maybe I should get people to not play the way I want them to play, but just, learn how they want to play.
Yeah.
If that is at least one thing he took away from this last experience, that's good, but that's not enough. Just the way he talked in that video, still he thinks that he is superior to every other person he plays with. And I had that same problem when I played my first org. I thought everyone else was dumber than me, and I got bested incredibly because I have an ego complex, and Cody's is even worse than mine, which is saying something because I think I'm phenomenal. But he thinks he's the smartest person in the game. He thinks he's better, and he is not. And he doesn't realize the other people he's playing against are having conversations and doing things, and he will get voted out the exact same way in this game. I bet you any money, if not sooner than he just got voted out in our game. I think he's going to be a pre-merge boot. I would bet money on that. He will go pre-merge because people are not going to receive him well because he did not learn.
I don't disagree. I think he's shark bait here. I think that people are going to just swim right around him, let him kind of be him, and then just attack.
I think he survives night 1 definitely.
Yeah, I think
because
It's
Well,
gonna
no.
come down to
Go ahead.
it's just going to come down to who else from season 11 is here.
I hope one
Yes.
other person comes and says that guy is batshit crazy. Let's get rid of him immediately. I hope it's. I don't even know what.
Although
You know what?
Aviva,
And you have
knows.
Aviva who watched
Oh,
the
who
season
knows?
Oh,
and
yeah.
Yes.
would have seen some of that. So does
Aviva.
Aviva say he's got the same intensity I do? Let me use him as a shield. Let me partner up with him. Or
Yeah.
does she say like he's an easy target because he's because of how
I
he's
think
perceived?
Cody could easily be a shield to some people.
Such a good shield.
I
Mm.
hope he has learned. I hope.
He hasn't.
I don't
I
feel
hope that
it.
he-
I don't feel
I
it.
know he has the words, but I don't see him actually doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We got to see what happens tomorrow.
He's gonna get too excited.
All right, up next, going back to season 5, we have
Ooh.
9th place finisher Dan.
I do not remember him, but yay, Dan.
So he was in an alliance with Katie, Kayla, Gary, kind of right at the merge.
Oh, yeah.
I think he
Um,
went by Daniel then.
That could be. I might just run it as Dan. He was kind of the one that knew about Chanel's idol and didn't tell his alliance, and so she
Oh.
played it, and that's how he got voted out. So I think he talks
That was
about it a little
Becca's
bit.
season, right?
Yeah.
That was Becca's season, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he talks a little bit about it in the video, so we'll.
I love the start of his video already.
Oh,
And
Arhab.
actually,
Love
one
it.
of the very few, I think, outside of the season connections, one of the very few pre-game relationships is actually Dan and Aviva know each other.
Really?
Pre-game, yeah. Outside of the game, so Aviva was referred by Dan. I don't know how they know each other, but let's listen to his.
Wow.
Hey, Justin, Mike, Hannah, Travis, Joe. Big fan of you, Joe. Anyone else who's watching this, nice to meet you. I'm Dan. If you don't remember me from season 5, then you're probably not alone. And I think that's actually going to help me.
He called us out.
Really cold day in Fiji. I set up a little hut right here, some shelter for me for tonight. I'm nervous.
Oh, no.
But excited to be back playing again for Pandora Season 12. It took me a really long time to recover from Season 5 and feel like I could do this again. But I think I just gotta relax and have fun with it and just take a chill pill, all right? Not let the anxiety levels get too high, just relax and have fun. I actually felt really good about my game before my boot last time around. I wasn't rocking the boat. I was making tons of connections across tribal lines even. I was being brought into alliances with alliances I had already established. I really wanted to play like Season 40 Ethan or like a Tommy Sheehan, and I felt like I was doing that. I want to play a really similar game this time around and just insulate myself in a group of people. I just need to think clearly in the moment and make moves when they're staring at me in the face, which is absolutely, that was my downfall in Season 5. I'm nervous by the lack of pre-game connections I might have. And I absolutely might be an early boot because of it. If I'm not able to get my claws into a group that first night. The week-long period in Season 5, in order to make connections, really helped me the last time around. So it's all about surviving the first night. If this is a gone too soon and second chances season, there really aren't going to be many people from Season 5 that will be playing, and there probably won't be anyone that I had a substantial relationship with. I think Kayla's played another time. If she hasn't, and she's on the season, that'd be amazing. I really hope my friend Aviva is playing this season. I think her performance in 10 makes her a perfect fit for the season, and she would be a great way to get into an alliance fast. I had no idea what the game was last time. I had never played an org before. Now I at least know what to expect, and I've been watching past seasons for the past few months. I watched Heroes vs. Villains to see my friends make some serious fireworks. That was so fun. I watched Season 10 for Aviva, but also to figure out who could be on this season. I tried to learn how to solve a slide puzzle, and that really didn't happen because I suck at them. So hopefully I don't see one of those or any kind of puzzles. You should get on that, Justin. I'd really appreciate that. But yeah, super excited for season 12. I'm ready to get started. I'll see you Tuesday. I'm gonna go take a nap in this here shelter.
It's the wink for me.
Yeah, the wink.
He's
Yeah.
adorable. He's
Right?
so
I agree.
cute. Oh my goodness, what a
I love the
peanut.
shout
love
outs
him.
at the beginning. It just already wins me over.
Yep, that's it. That's all it took.
So that means he's been watching the seasons?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
So
gosh, we're so
It-
cool.
yeah, could be interesting. I think he was one of my favorites from that season. I mean, as I said multiple times, like that was a season I could have cast just about anybody again. There were just there were so many amazing players in that season, and he was definitely on my list for like the returners versus rookies, but or heroes versus villains. But there were always just kind of some other people that bubbled a little bit ahead of him. But I think this is a perfect season for him, and I'm excited to see what he does.
Mm-hmm.
So he was 9th place in season 5. Up next, we have a season 10 returnee, 8th place, also currently starring in Survivor New York. We have Davey.
Yay!
So excited for Davey to come back. We got a little video from him.
Yay!
Look at
Oh,
the
Davey.
chance. What a king.
Hey y'all, my name is Davey Sack. Whoa, I am so overexposed. Hello, that's better. Okay, hi. My name is Davey Sack. I just said that. And I am back again for season 12, Gone Too Soon. I was on season 10, Rookies versus Returnees. Was 10th place on season 10. Sniped right at the first vote, and I had to drag somebody in that final in that 4th episode. My thoughts. I mean, I'm very grateful to have this opportunity to play again. I felt like I was absolutely gone too soon. I kind of have a vendetta. I feel like I rested a little bit on my laurels when it came time to the, home stretch. I didn't isolate people, but I definitely didn't have a lot of one-on-ones and meaningful connections as I did with, most of the other cast. The people that I kind of didn't have a connection with, I kind of like let be, and they were the ones that actually sniped me. So going into season 12, I'm gonna remember that. What else? I felt like I had so much fight in that 4th episode. I was like, if I could make it to the end, I know that I could have a great shot. I have a great story. I've been able to maneuver all sides of the game. I was able to vote in the majority, the minority, and I was able to coast through this jury phase and make it to the end. I still have that, but I also want to make sure that I'm not too rigid on my strategies and my goals, because that's what cost me the game last time, and I don't want to end up there again, So that's on period. My TSCs, my thoughts, my strategies. I just want to make sure I have stronger connections. I don't want to isolate anybody. I want to make sure that I also win at least like one comp, I definitely pulled my weight in team challenges, but I want an individual immunity win. Okay. And not least, my concerns. I don't think that I have a lot of bad blood with anybody. I think that I worked really well with most people. There were some people that I never even got to play with. And going into this game, I hope that the group that I was in a minority with don't come back. They were all returnees anyways. So, fingers crossed to that. But you never know. This game is always going to keep me on my toes. And I'm wondering how this time around is going to fare. So let's see. Wish me luck. I hope to play hard. I hope to play well, and I hope to see myself in that final, because I know that I could do well. Cheers.
Love Davey.
What a cutie. Oh, I just adore him. What good people you picked. Good job. Except Cody, but
Hey Sam, if you are on a casting couch and you're thinking about that dynamic characters from past seasons, Cody is at the top of that list. This, right?
Fine,
right?
whatever. Fine.
I'm excited to see Davey play again. I think that he definitely got kind of screwed over in the whole drag vote. I think that he was a good choice for the group that was there to vote out in that moment. But I think in general, I think he had such great potential that it's hard to not I see him getting to the end in a Gone Too Soon. Like I see him making connections. He has good social skills, and he's good at challenges. So I do see him winning a challenge. So I'm excited to see him.
Yeah, very excited. Very excited. All right, up next from season 1.
Oh boy.
Woo! Yay!
We couldn't do this season without the very first boot of the first season.
Oh yes,
So we have
finally.
Dustin coming back to Pandora.
Yes.
I don't know who you are, but yay!
Oh, that'll be so
Oh
good.
my
He's
gosh.
sweetie.
He was not first boot. Really?
Yeah.
What
But it was
world?
by rocks or a tie vote, something weird, right?
Oh, Pandora.
I don't think so. No.
Pandora's a beast in those
I don't
first
think
round
it
elections.
Yeah. I have no idea. I don't know how often. I know Dustin's very active in the LRG community and I think in online games, but I don't know how much he plays. I don't know, any of that. But excited that he's coming back. He's certainly has a lot of org connections out there. So I'm not sure who he may or may not know. He's the only person from season 1 that's returning. So I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see him play in the new format. I think if he can get through that first night, build those connections, I think he could be, in for the long haul. I think Dan put it correctly. Like you just got to get through that first night so then you can start building those bridges, right? No matter how bad your Wi-Fi is, just get through that first night. And then
I hope his fun fact is I'm the first person voted out of Pandora ever.
Ever, right?
That's a good fun fact.
Davey will recognize him probably from being since he first played Pandora, he has been up on the Live Reality Games Facebook page all over. He's like the head honcho of that. So
yeah,
since Davey has played more than one Live Reality game, I'm sure he'll recognize Dustin.
Could. He could. He did, I guess, put a video together, but Kirk told him he wasn't allowed to send it. I guess he said it was too all over the place. So we won't know. We won't hear much from Dustin, but really excited to have him back.
Yes.
Definitely someone that was Gone Too Soon from season 6. Another first boot is our friend Ed or Eder.
Oh, yay.
Super nice guy, probably one of the nicest people to ever play. Was just so I don't know. He was like, I'm so sorry I didn't do well, and he was really down on himself, and just I've been wanting to find a way to have him come back. And I know he's played a bunch of other orgs since. It sounds like he's done better. I think similar to Alex, right? Every time he's getting better and better. So I'm excited to see him come back and be in a new mix of people, a new scenario. So excited to have him come back. Up next, somebody you all were excited to see. So I'm excited that I cast someone you were excited about. 11th place from season 8. We have Gina back.
No, I was like, I don't.
Yes.
Who am I excited to see?
We were messaging earlier about wanting Gina to return. Oh, so happy.
Look at that
So
photo.
Gina's back. She, in her comments to me, she said she felt like one of her downfalls from the first season was she felt like maybe she came across too much older than the rest of her cast. I think she is a little bit older when it comes to kind of like org. So I think my org tends to skew a little bit older in terms of who I cast, but she, I think she wants to try to fit in a little bit more with the younger crowd. So I think that's why she picked this photo.
I was like, if she started by using a Snapchat filter for her photo, she is failing, because people who are younger do not use Snapchat filters on photos that they submit for orders. I can guarantee that.
I'm so old, I don't even know that. So
bad start.
Yeah, but she has an amazing accent. I think she was originally from Kenya.
Rad. She's
and she's super fun.
Cool.
And her biggest downfall in her season was she made kind of onesie twosie alliances with everybody and was naming them, and then they all started talking to each other and figuring out that that's what she was doing, and so she ended up being the merge boot because it was kind of like everybody could agree that Gina was the one to go, and then alliances were going to start battling it out. So it was kind of like the safe, easy merge boot. So hopefully she'll learn from that. I'm interested to see. I think, again, I'm actually realizing a theme. There's a lot of people here who haven't played an org before who are now a little bit more seasoned. So I think she's in the same boat where this will be, I think, her second or third time playing a game now. So I'm excited to see what she's learned.
Fast.
That's what I'm thinking.
Is this a 20-person cast?
I don't know. Let's find out.
He's done 24 before, Sam.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
This is our
Thank
first.
God
Is this
bless
true?
Angel.
Yes. Our first third placer in the cast
No.
made it just shy of Final Tribal Council.
Poor
We
Angel.
have Hannah back from season 6.
Okay.
So Hannah made it just shy to Joe and John from
Mhm.
season 6. A little bit quieter, a little bit more of a subtle game. She's definitely has won an org before. That's how I actually stalked her and sniped her from another org somewhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Respect.
I basically just stalk other games and try to steal people. She was a little bit of a quiet, kind of a silent assassin her season.
Really?
And I don't know if that was her strategy or that just kind of ended up how her game evolved. But I'm excited to see her come back and play again. She seems really excited. And excited to see, like, I'm really curious to see if people are going to take previous placement as something to think about, right? Like, because she made it so far to the end, does she become a target? When we did second chances, when it was season 4, way long time ago, like all the early boots ended up being early boots again, right? Like it was a very interesting thing where like a lot of the people that made it further wanted to protect each other. And so they just kind of ended up booting a lot of the early boots kind of early. So I'm interested to see how that might play into this scenario as well.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like that's definitely something I would take into account in this season. But also, will they know unless... I mean, I guess there are multiples from a lot of the seasons, so people will probably know where people place.
And I am, like, in my original outline of the game, I do have a shot with everybody's seasons and their placements. And I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do that or not. If I want to leave it a mystery. The thing that's hard is we didn't record the first 5 seasons. So there are there's recordings out there for some, but not all. So I'd rather kind of keep everybody on an even playing field a little bit and just list placements, right? So that everyone has similar information and not, the people in 6 through 11 at this point now will have a little bit of a disadvantage because people could go watch their seasons, right? And like kind of know what went down. So, and then right after that, we've got another 3rd place finisher. I'm very excited to hear Sam's thoughts on Jackie coming.
Yes,
Jackie B. Gone too soon. Jackie B should have 1000% won our season. I am willing to admit that. I should not have made the final 3. Michael made a terrible decision. Jackie B should have won. I 100% agree with that. I'm thrilled to see her come back. She's so cute. I adore her. She was the person I picked that I wanted to most know in our season.
Yeah.
At the beginning, I picked her as mine because I just thought she was so cool.
Yeah, she's super badass. So let's hear a little more from her.
My name is Jackie B, and I'm here for my...
I love she's still Jackie B.
at Pandora. I am excited to return. I'm doing a back-to-back season, which is absolutely crazy. Who does that? The first time I played, which we just ended a few days ago, I came in 3rd. Here's what happened. Here's the tea. So I made it to the final challenge. And like a dummy, I didn't play it right or well at all because I'm a little special. I'm a lot dumber than I seem. I know I have a master's degree and I'm playing a very highly intellectual social experiment game, but I'm a little slow. Three of us, the person who I worked the closest with listened to the other person and said, I can't win if I take you to the finals, which is the best, worst compliment in one of these games, right? It's like, it's the best thing to hear someone say, but it's also the worst thing because you're like, that's the whole point, I want to win. But they want to win too. So I have a feeling that if I were chosen to go to the final 2, I'm pretty sure I've been able to finesse that for you. So, ironically, the person who didn't pick me didn't win. I will tell you the tea now. No, I did not vote for him. No, I didn't vote for him because he didn't have the greatest game. In my mind, I was like, he is the one that I need to take to get to the end. I was like, I came up with that tribals ago. I was like, I need him to get to the end, period. The other person who was in the final, I felt like she deserved it. She worked hard. She played a really good game. This last season, I also kind of was like hitched, like a conjoined twin. to someone from day one, someone who was actually seen as a threat from day one. And I'm like, why am I with this person? But that person who I made it pretty far, I backstabbed him. I tried to vote him out. He made it back into the game. It was so much drama. Why am I doing this again? Okay. I have no reason. But I'm excited to return and play again. I worked really hard trying not to lie. I lied about one thing, and because I suck at lying, I ended up getting found out in the lie. So I think this time I probably won't tell anyone that one little nugget of information that I shared. I think I'll keep that completely to myself and keep it private. And hopefully that won't be to my detriment. I definitely analyzed the first time I played, and I enjoyed the different nuances of this particular game style gameplay because I had no clue what to expect going into this. And so here we are. I'm going to do it again. And I think this time I might be able to clutch the win. So fingers crossed.
Wow. She is awesome.
Hello.
I love JB just so much.
She was my winner pick from day one in your season.
She should have been.
And
she should have been.
I didn't watch episodes 2 or 3 really much at all. And then I kind of chimed in during episode 4 to watch the finale, and watching Jackie and you both like kind of play both sides, and like you were both kind of doing different games. And seeing the two of you get to the final 3, I was like, this is an epic final 3 as long as Michael doesn't get there. And then Michael gets there and then takes you, which is great for you. But like Jackie had such a great gameplay from day one. I'm super excited to see her play again.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I love Jackie B. Like she's so cool, and she's just like the nicest person. I adore her. But my one thing I'm hope that she kind of takes from the first season is I think there's a certain finesse that you have to like make when you speak to people that you aren't aligned with. Like at least like making, conversation. Whereas like for most of the game, despite wanting to work with Jackie, like we did not speak. Like that was on me too, right? I think we played similar games in different ways, but whenever we spoke, she would just incessantly ask me questions. Like would never answer any of the questions I asked her, didn't get on call with me when I asked her to get on call with me, would just ignore all the things that I asked her and would ask me questions until I answered them. And I was like, okay, I don't care. Like, I'll tell you whatever you want to know, But I think that she's just very clear about who she's working with. And I think that she recognized that with, her relationship with Isaiah, how she was completely like very clearly in a power duo with him, and all of us knew that too. So I hope that's the one thing she learned from her first time around is just being a little bit more like elusive about where her relationships and loyalties lie. I think that might help her out a little bit.
Sam, what do you think she's going to think about Cody being in the game too?
I'm so excited. I actually didn't even think that until you said that. I mean, I know she was tired of him too. I mean, all of us were, but I think, I don't think she will try and work with him whatsoever. I do not think there will be any love between the two of them this game. I also don't think that Jackie B is the type to like actively throw him under the bus to like other people. I think that, if it's brought up like, hey, you played with Cody, I think that she will say like, yep, I did, I was exclamation pointed by Jackie B so many times throughout the course of the game. I think that will be her response. Like, yep, I played with Cody, I don't think that she's really going to give him any love or take it away. I think she'll let people kind of just like figure it out on their own. I think that's more her style. That's my opinion. I don't know though. So we'll see. But I'm thrilled because she was gone too soon. She's so good. She's so good.
Great. And up next, we have another first boot.
Oh.
Also, from season 11, we have Jester coming back.
When you told me about this season, he was the first person I thought of. Because I really think he was a gone too soon person for sure.
Yeah. He seems like such a fun guy. And like, I know, I see him commenting on the org world, and like, I know he's played other games, and I'm not exactly sure like what kind of was the circumstances in which he became the target. I feel like maybe he was kind of playing a little too hard, too fast or something. So I'm excited to see him come back and play again.
That worries me for Jackie B though.
Wasn't
It
he?
could.
Wasn't he the? Did she vote him out?
Yeah,
think
so
so,
they
yeah.
were on the original tribe together. Yeah.
Was that the tribe where Katie had immunity?
No.
No.
That was
Oh, I
different
was like,
tribe.
because that's probably why
Yeah.
he got voted out first. Because I know they wouldn't
Yeah.
vote on her. But
Yeah, no. It was him, Elizabeth, Jackie B, Alex, Kelsey, and Anthony. So
all my favorite people.
yeah, it was an interesting mix. So I'm excited to see him come back. I like having some of these first boots in the mix just to see like how they'll play differently this time. My biggest fear though is that one of the first boots
Will be
is going to go
Becomes first
again.
boot again.
But I'll give you a little preview to a little special power that's going to happen. Is that there will be a power where you'll have immunity for the round in which you were booted your first season.
Oh.
So if you went out first, you'll be immune if you go out if you're at the first tribal council.
So Jackie B makes final 2 no matter what?
Well, no. So that's
Okay.
there will be something different for the people in final 3. That's the only. But there'll be some sort. It might. I have to figure out like exactly what that is, but
I mean, the odds of that happening are pretty slim.
Yeah, the odds of that are pretty slim. But I've got to figure out what that means for Hannah, Jackie, and anybody else that's third place.
That's a good power. I like that.
I think it may. Yeah, there's something. I have a Pandora list of powers, and this is one that I want to try to figure out how to fix.
That's just like if you get that power, not everyone.
Right. No, not everyone.
Okay, I was like.
Yeah,
that's so many powers, but you have to get it through Pandora.
Yeah, you have to get it.
Way more.
I was thinking everybody.
Yeah, me too.
No, God, no. Oh, God, no.
And we're over here like, okay.
Yeah,
let's make it work.
I was like, then you definitely have to tell everyone their placements.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and then I was also thinking like the third place people, like immediate targets.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Up next, you know where you love her. We're all very excited.
Yes, we are.
She didn't tell Hannah, but she's back.
Yes,
Julie is coming back.
Yes.
You know what? She was talking about watching past seasons and like watching past seasons of Pandora. And I'm telling you, I was like, I wonder why she's watching these past seasons. Huh. Interesting. So homegirl, she's doing her homework.
She is. Her video is very long, so we may not watch the whole thing. But we'll see.
On 1.5
so excited.
speed.
Oh yeah, why don't we do that?
Unless it's even that long.
I'm back.
Yay!
Hello, Pandora Universe. I'm excited to be back. I can't believe I'm doing this again. Why would I do this again? Subject myself to the craziness of this game. I'm just kidding. Of course I was going to do this again. I was definitely surprised because since when is fifth place gone too soon? Definitely stretching the definition a little bit there, Justin. But I mean, he told me that it was, trying to find people who had more game left in them, and I feel flattered that you think that way. I definitely feel like I had more game left in me. I didn't live up to my own standards of my game, so it's nice to feel the same way. In my first game, I mean, it was my first longer org. I definitely misplayed a lot of different things. I, of course, didn't realize that I was on the bottom of my alliance, and I felt like the biggest idiot afterward, and it was like kind of a foregone conclusion. It felt like it was a very eerie feeling, like, wow, okay, this game was actually very different than what I thought it was.
That's the worst feeling.
It was like, yeah, okay, you could have seen this coming, girl, but you didn't, so it's cool, I guess. So I feel like I'm just chalking up my first game to like needing to recalibrate my intuition, especially. I feel like I had a pretty good handle on how to know like when your name is coming up and how to avoid it in minis, but it's totally different in an org setting for sure. And especially with the whole week in between, it was hard to figure out like how much to communicate and when to come up with plans and when to shift plans. And some of that I feel like I'm still working through. But I definitely feel like my biggest misstep in my first game was I just came out a little bit too slow in the beginning. I was trying very hard strategically to like not come out too fast, especially because I didn't know who knew me from Sequester and how much they knew about my reputation and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, she is a Sequester person.
That was really the biggest thing because I underestimated how much the people around me were playing hard and wanted to play hard. And so I kind of missed the bus a little bit. regrets, of course. I definitely can pinpoint a couple of relationships that I misplayed as well. I wasn't very good about like hiding my slight mistrust or maybe my little bit of wariness of thinking that some people would be threats. And so they also like saw me as a threat. And so it kind of like built a bit of a wall, I guess, between me and some people. So there was some of that going on, I think. And I think there was just like my reputation kind of made me a little bit of a threat or a target for some people too. So I hope that that's not a thing again. I really hope it's not. And then I guess me being in 5th place, that makes me nervous too. I don't know how many other post mergers there are going to be.
Little does she know.
Like, don't leave me high and dry here, Justin. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think there's a good argument to be made that I can be a shield for a lot of people. I had a chance, I made it to the end, and clearly I wasn't in a good position. So I think that's in a lot of ways, a lot less threatening than somebody who like was in a really strong position, just got swap screwed or had advantages taken on or something like that. And I was also a very loyal ally, even when I shouldn't have been. So I think there's a lot of good arguments for me. I hope that people can see that. I hope that people will want to work with me. I'm excited to see who's playing. I think from my season, there are going to be several people that could have a chance of coming back. Definitely Aviva, I think, is at the top of the list, although I know that she's traveling a bunch this month, so I'm not sure how she's going to fit it in if she is playing. I hope she is. I feel like we have a good connection, and I'm excited to maybe further that a little bit more in the game. I also think she could be a really great ally to have.
Everyone wants to work with Aviva.
I could see like some of the other pre-mergers, maybe Cody or Matthew or Stephanie G. And then if there are post-mergers, I could see like Davey or Brophy, I think could be at the top of the list. And I think I'd be happy with any of them playing. I feel like my cast overall was very positive, and fun to play with. So, and there are several people that I didn't get a chance to meet in that group, Stephanie and Matthew and Cody, although Matthew and I have talked a little bit. So he seems really sweet. I would love to play with him. Yeah, I'm excited. I don't know how this is going to go. I am a little bit busy this month, but I am looking forward to it. I have been preparing big time. I have been watching every season that I can. 6 and 9. I haven't watched 7 yet. But 6, 8, and 9, I've watched. I've practiced slide puzzles, memory challenges, mind game, mastermind, mazes, all these things. Everything that I could find on the show, I've been trying to practice and be up on. Tower of Hanoi, of course. I feel like it could be a smaller cast because of the abbreviated scheduling. But I think
theirs was 24, so
I think it's going to return to like Redemption Island stuff, right? I hope so. And I think that for this season that Justin would want to like bring back some people. These people have been gone too soon. You don't want them to be gone too soon twice, do you? So give them another chance to come back. Yeah, so I think there could be Pandora's Island, and if that's the case, then I hope that my challenge prep has prepared me a little bit. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling ready. I'm excited. I hope this will go well. I hope to meet some cool people and have a lot of fun doing it. So thanks for having me back, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Yay. Woohoo!
She hasn't watched season 7 yet?
Why did she skip a season?
What is that? What is
so
that?
rude.
Bad energy.
I love Julie. I'm interested to see how, just based on her video, and I actually hadn't watched that yet. I just saw how long it was. But I'm interested to see how she plays differently based on all the stuff she learned. Because I think she's the kind of player that will really try to take those lessons and apply them.
Yeah.
She was one that got pretty emotional. So I'm hoping that, she can contain some of that emotion a little bit. But she was definitely somebody, regardless of her placement, that I knew I wanted to have back as soon as I could. So I'm excited to have her in the mix as well.
Yeah, she's a lethal player. That's for sure.
When was the last time you did a returner season?
It was actually her season. So 10 was rookies versus returnees. She was a rookie, played against a bunch of returnees. So,
gotcha.
Yep. All right, Trav, I know you're going to be very excited about this one.
Wait, am I? Who?
Your best friend in the universe, Trav. we have Lillian coming back.
Oh my god! Yes, yes.
Who is this person?
Wait,
I think I still have screenshots on my computer of her.
she is hysterical.
Here, we'll
Wait.
watch a little video of her.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh my
Lillian.
Season 5, right?
Hi, Lillian Klein here.
Oh,
With
God.
my pre-game strategy for Survivor Gone Too Soon. What I am hoping for this episode or season of Survivor Gone Too Soon is that I will not be gone too soon. How to make that happen? Try not to make any very silly errors early on, calling attention to myself. I'm going to try to, I think, remain friendly and subtle, a subtle approach, which is going to be an interesting approach for me because I'm not a particularly subtle person. So we'll see how that works. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to coming back. And it'll be really fun. I just hope not to be gone too soon, the first one gone too soon again. But I wasn't the first one the last time, which was like my only goal, was not to be like the first one voted out. But I still only made it through the first night. So hopefully I'll make it through to night 2, at least. Set a manageable, achievable bar, or dream big and win the whole enchilada. Like the other things that I could do is just win. So that's my strategy and goal. Win. Thank you. Day.
Happy birthday.
Birthday to you. To you. Happy birthday, dear Justin. Happy birthday to you.
Did she send you this?
Happy birthday.
Oh.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
Justin.
Justin.
What peanut?
Happy birthday to you. And if I can make it through twins, I can make it through anything.
Yes.
I love her.
What a queen.
Yes.
Hi.
She's just so infectiously like happy. I love it.
Yeah, she's just like another fun character, right? Like she has very little Survivor knowledge, no real org knowledge, but she's just like a fun character. I think it'll be interesting to see her come back another time and how things change for her, if at all. What
was her placement?
She was 18 out of 24.
Oh, okay.
And who could forget the infamous blunder where they had to secretly message Justin like where they were hiding something, and she sent it to the group.
She sent it to the whole like the main Zoom chat to everybody.
Oh no.
And it worked out for them, didn't it?
But it actually worked out for them. So the other tribes thought they were bluffing. So it actually got them to win the challenge. So it was like this
so
weird
funny.
twist of fate. It was hilarious.
It was awesome.
What is that?
Is that why you
she
constantly
also blundered where she sent her vote in the Zoom chat as well, as opposed to our one-on-one private chat, which is why every time I try to say send it in the private one-on-one chat.
I was just going to ask you. She is the reason for all of that.
I was like, I wonder why he's being so specific about this every time.
Every time.
No.
It has happened.
That's funny.
So I'm excited to have her back. All right, up next, probably an interesting choice. I'm not sure if you'll remember this person, but Mike might, from season 7.
Okay, I've been waiting.
We have Mariah back.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's Brendan's sister?
Cousin?
No. So
Oh.
Mariah was
Dating?
dating Jesse.
Yeah.
Right.
So she was part of the dating couple.
And that they both turned on each other. It was amazing.
That's
and-
iconic. Oh my God.
So Mariah has done really, really well in other orgs. She is actually known as like one of the all-stars in this other Corey's org group that she's a part of. Like she's a big name in that group. And so I do think kind of being separate from Jesse and I think in a different scenario, she has a lot more game to play, and I think could do really, really well. I think, kind of being attached to Jessie and kind of the way that the tribe swap kind of landed her. Sam, I don't know how much you know, but basically we did a tribe swap and like almost every couple ended up together. And so it was like all tribes were basically in like 3 groups of 2. Like it was like this weird thing that happened. And so it kind of became a lot of people's downfall because basically 2 couples paired up and then voted off the other 2, right? It was like kind of like this weird coupling thing that happened. So I'm excited to see her come back, have, kind of spread her wings a little bit out without Jessie, and see how her game is different. I think she's one of those people where I feel like she could be a really strong contender in the right scenario. And I think this could be a good one for her.
Yeah, I mean, like she was on my starting tribe, and I pegged her as a hardcore player. With the whole push on Leanne, I think she was part of that conversation as well. And so I think that Mariah just like she comes in hard, and that could be very good for her, and that could also be her downfall. So I think Mariah has really great. I want to watch Mariah. I'm excited because I feel like I could have connected with her in the game. It just with the tribe swaps, it never happened.
Yeah. And then up next from season 8, got another season 8 person here. We have Matt.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Good.
He needs another chance.
Definitely a contender for second chance. Kind of an early merge boot, seen as a pretty big threat, but was pretty iconic. So Sam, for your knowledge, he was the first one to ever.
He was Melody's season, right?
He was Melody's season, and he was the first one. He was the first one to ever have to. Oh, yes, that's right, Sam. You do. He was the first one that ever had to do like the 3 words to get an idol, and just he was so brilliant in terms of how he constructed those 3 words and got his idol.
The 3 were like the thing Alex did, right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So excited to see him play again. See what he's learned. He's played I think 1 or 2 other orgs since.
Wow.
And he's he'll bring some fire, bring some drama. It'll be fun. It'll be a good time.
Hopefully he's learned not to talk shit about other people that he's met in the org community to their friends. That's the one thing this man needs to learn.
What?
He did play an org with Sam Lechner as well.
All I'm saying is the org got canceled. But like, if I had the opportunity, that man was going to get blindsided as hell as soon as possible by me. So I was going to ruin my game to blindside him if I had to. I don't think he's incredibly self-aware. I will say that. I think that he can do with some self-awareness of like who he's talking to. Like we were talking about like we had a million mutuals in the org community because he's done a bunch of stuff and I've done a bunch of stuff. And the way that he talked to me about some people that I am very close with put me in a very uncomfortable position to try and basically like say like, I'm not going to badmouth my friends to you. And it was not great. And I don't think he realized like the situation he was putting me in. And it was just like very unself-aware of him. So I hope that he realizes that in this game and like, maybe keeps his opinions of others a little closer to the vest, unless he's really sure that the people he's talking to agree with them.
Or not, and give us a great show to watch.
That's good too.
I don't think he's a fan of me very much, so no trash talking about me.
If he brings up episode 3 of season 8.
Oh my God.
Turn off the stream.
Turn off the stream. All right. Up next, another one from Michael's season. You already guessed it. Michelle, who's Brendan's sister, is coming back.
Yay! That's so good.
So we love Brendan, and I was so excited to have him come on board with his twin, Michelle. Unfortunately, she got
not Brendan from Survival Challenge.
Oh, I was like, I didn't even know Brendan was a sister. That's so weird.
No. So it's another Brendan Smith. It's very weird.
Oh, no way. That's funny.
So excited to see Michelle come back. I do think she has, again, similar to Mariah, I think she has some potential. I don't know if Brendan going out so early in Blood versus Water made her an easier target. So excited to see her come back and see what she does, again, kind of flying solo and on her own, which leads again into our 3rd season 7 placement. Mike, I'm really curious your opinion on this one.
Oh no.
We have Naomi coming
Yay!
As well.
I love it, Naomi. Okay, I needed some Naomi.
My gosh.
I am super excited to watch her. I think that Naomi brings chaos without meaning to bring chaos, and I love it. I think she just likes to meet people. I think she's a people person. I think she engages well in conversations. I think I hope that she brings more competitiveness to the game this time. Like now that she's kind of got her first one out of her way, I think if she brings some competition, I think she's got a great shot.
Yes.
Yeah. She's a little bit of a mystery to me. I was surprised when I reached out that she actually said yes, and she's kind of said, "I'm going to say yes. I'm going to send you my money right now, so I don't like decide against it." Right? Like she just like jumped right in because she was such a mystery to me in season 7. I felt like she was like kind of had this vibe of like I'm not really into it, but then was like making these moves and like sending like she was talking about like asking me questions about who she could give her idol to and all this stuff. And I was just like, I can't just figure out if you're like hardcore in this or like, I couldn't tell.
Didn't she have Leanne like endeared to her? Like Leanne was like never going to turn on her.
Yeah. Well, so she basically was able to get Brandon and I to kind of work with her pretty solidly into the final episode as well. And what's really interesting about her is, so I think it was into the 3rd episode, she just randomly texted everybody and said, let's all wear a hat and freak Justin out. So some of us came with hats on and some of us did not. Because there was this whole big thing that like Naomi was going to get an idol if everybody came with a hat.
Was that Amanda? I feel like Amanda sent me a video where she was like, I think if we all wear hats, Naomi's going to get an idol, so I'm not going to wear a hat.
Yeah.
It like became this thing.
So funny.
But Naomi just wanted to be goofy and like wear weird hats. And it was just super fun. I'm excited to see what she brings this season.
Yeah, me too. Up next, kind of another kind of probably an odd choice. I don't know that anybody here will even really remember him. He was out pretty early, 12th place in season 3, but I think he's pretty active in the org community, but his name is Timothy. He was out pretty early in season 3. I don't really remember much about his gameplay, so I'm excited to kind of see him come back and see, again, how he adapts to the new type of gameplay. But he's definitely like in that All About Orgs group and comments on people and talks with people and seems to be pretty active in the community. So I was excited that he said he would come back. I've been trying to get more and more of those early players to come in. So excited. I think he's pretty young, and actually a lot of our cast is on the older side of things. So so I think he brings a little bit of that the young dude energy. And last but not least, very, very excited about this one. I've been trying to get him back for a while, so I'm very excited to have Ty back from season 6.
Yes! Ty's so good. He's such a good player.
He's a lot of fun. I'm interested to see, like, I feel like Sam, don't hate me, but I feel like him and Cody actually could be a really interesting pair. Like, I think they have they're kind of seen in similar lights where they're kind of aggressive players. They're almost kind of seen as villainous in the way that they play, but I just think they could be a really interesting duo. Like, I'm excited to see like if they end up in the game together, like how that would work out.
I would also like to see it because Ty is self-aware and can actually win games. So I think he can wrap Cody around his finger as like, oh, we're wolves together, bro. And then use him as a shield and run races around him. I would love to see them work together. I think it'd be phenomenal.
Yeah. So he was 7th place in season 6.
Yeah,
I feel like JD would just like connect herself in that duo. She'd just like latch on and just whoop.
I know Sam. I think Sam said she didn't think she would work with him, but I think similar to like how Jackie kind of attached herself to Alex, I feel like she likes using shields. Like she likes having strong people around her that can kind of help block her off. So I'm wondering if her and Cody end up in a scenario if she would work with him. Curious.
I think Cody will assume, like, since Jackie was never a person that was like vocally against him, I think Cody will assume Jackie was not the spearhead, which she wasn't, of getting him out, and that she will like fall into line.
Right.
And then Jackie will be like, okay, for now. And then she'll do whatever she wants because Jackie is a queen.
I think Cody's problem will end up being Aviva, if anyone, because I don't think Jester is going to really say
Jester
anything.
Won't know much.
And Jackie, I think, could go either way.
Yeah, I think Jackie will either use him as a shield or, like Sam said, not trash him, but not say much, right?
Yeah.
So Aviva could be his downfall unless Aviva is like, hey, I like your intensity and you could be a shield for me, so I'm going to use that.
Also,
But
I
if
don't
she-
know how much Aviva will want to reveal how much she is like paid attention
Exactly.
to past games.
That's
Like that
so
makes her
true.
a huge threat. You know, like
Yeah.
the more knowledgeable she is about the game. So
I
she
also
might
Yeah.
don't
hide
see
that.
Aviva being the type that would like target someone.
No.
Right? I don't think she was when she played. I don't think she was like, we have to get out this person.
Mm.
I don't think. I
Yeah.
don't know. But anyways.
Could be. So these are our 20. I think it's a really interesting mix of some like big characters, some controversial folks, some wild cards, some super early boots, some super late gamers. As I was putting it together, I was kind of like, this is not necessarily the mix of people I first thought of, but I really like it because there are just so many little pockets of kind of qualities, right? Like there's some of the big players, kind of the flashier, kind of more aggressive folks, and I think there's a lot of subtle under the radar folks, some people that I have no idea what they're going to bring to the table, which I'm excited about. It's a strange group. I think I said to you guys, like it's a little bit of an obscure mix, which I actually really like. Like originally I was like, I want to bring back like all the hardcore gamers, and I think I'll probably do that, at least once before we get to the final Winners at War, like try to bring back everybody that's like the big players. But I like that this group has some ebbs and flows and some subtle players and big players. So
yes,
I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I have no idea.
Well, I feel like they all went out for very, very, very different reasons. Like everybody kind of has their niche, their piece. Naomi was able to latch onto pairs as she went through the game. You've got Davey, who was like kind of playing a lot of different sides and was trying to like get it through that merge. You've got Jackie, who was like rocking out like Queen City. You've got Aviva, who was taking all these notes. So I think like the diversity of this cast is really interesting.
Yeah, it should be a really interesting group. And so we've got, I think, 2 to 3 from all the seasons 5 through 11, and then we've got 3 from the old school mix. So if the old schoolers try to team up, that they could kind of be in sort of a little bit more of an even balance. And it's really interesting. I think there's not a ton of people here that have probably actively worked together, right? Like I don't think Lillian and Dan like worked together in season 5, right? Like I don't even remember if they were in the same tribes, right? So I'm interested to see, like, just because they were on the same season, does that become a connection or not?
Yeah.
But the other little like tease I'll give is that no one will start on a tribe with someone from their season.
Okay, sweet.
I was curious about that.
So I don't very often predetermine tribes, but I am for this one because I want to separate everybody that was on there the same season.
So then there are 4 tribes.
Are there?
There have to be.
There has to be.
Or there's 10 tribes of 2.
Are there 4 people from one season?
There's 3 people from 7th season.
Yeah.
So that like there can't be even tribes on 3 tribes. So even people on 3 tribes.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're so.
It would have to be 4 tribes.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
I forgot.
Right?
Starting out with small tribes.
4 tribes of 5. Yeah. Gee, wow, they're gonna dwindle fast on night 1.
So we'll see.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, so I'm excited. So I think that wraps our cast assessment. Obviously, this has to stay super secretive, at least for 24 more hours. So please don't reach out to all your favorite people and tell them everything you know, or anything you know. And yeah, I think.
Are we allowed to tell them that we know what they're playing, or nothing at all?
I mean, if you could just avoid it till tomorrow, that would be
that's
best.
fine. That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
That's that.
Is this the part where we do winner picks?
Oh yes, we should do.
We could
first round of winner picks, and Travis's always goes first. So
he just left.
Poor timing. Wow.
Well, no, I think he left on purpose.
I think he left on purpose. I think he's probably hiding in the background.
So his thing is that if he picks a winner pick, he knows they go out first, so he doesn't want to pick a winner pick.
Yeah,
well, it didn't happen last season. Sam.
It almost did. It almost did. Travis almost jinxed my entire game.
Oh, are we talking about my jinx? I feel free to pick anyone now.
Wait, did you purposely leave, Travis?
No, my Wi-Fi cut. I don't, what,
Oh my god, it was
It was
perfect timing,
perfect.
Travis.
Oh wait,
I was like, we should do winner picks,
and
and
you
then you were
laughed.
gone.
oh, I didn't even hear winner picks. I heard.
Funny.
It
Oh,
was so good.
It was
I
great.
heard the everyone saying it had to be tribes of 4, and then that was the last thing I heard. Tribes of 5.
Oh, okay.
Sam was like, "Is this the part where we pick winner picks?" And literally, like right away, you're like, "Bloop!" We're like, "Oh, he doesn't want to pick a winner."
Oh, this is hard.
I have
Oh
4
my
people in
God.
mind already, so I want to see who everyone else picks before I pick.
I have 2. I have 2
This
in
is
mind.
hard.
Am I allowed to pick 2?
Yeah.
No.
For this first round, let's pick 2.
2.
2.
Yeah. Who's your
Travis
final
is gonna
2?
jinx 2 people.
Who's your final 2? We can do that.
My Davy and Dan.
Wow.
They were
Those are
part of
mine.
my 4.
Those are. I think Davy's. I'm gonna pick Davy. I'm gonna go Davy. I changed
Absolutely.
mine.
Travis, you should do your other 2 so they don't get
Yeah,
picked.
so my 4 were Dan, Davey, Julie, and Ty.
Oh, good ones.
Yeah, but I mean Jackie B is a close 5th, so I'll go Julie. I'll wear a Legends of the Hidden Temple shirt tomorrow, and it'll be Julie.
Yes.
Michael.
I really want to be like 7 strong. Because I'm leaning toward Mariah. I think Mariah could definitely pull out a win.
Mhm.
I think just the little that I do know of her and have played with her, I think she does start strong. So I don't see her being any sort of early boot. So I'm gonna lean toward Mariah, but I think my actual winner pick is Jackie. I think it has to be.
Yeah.
I think she's a super strong player. She makes really great connections, and I'm excited to see her get to the end again.
I would love it. I would love to see Jackie B win.
All right. If we're picking 2 people, then I am picking.
Okay, none of us picked 2 people. I narrowed it down.
Oh. Wait, what? Are we not picking 2 people?
Well, we all said a lot of people, and then we narrowed it down to the one we actually picked.
Oh, the one.
Right.
Okay. So
Yeah.
who do we have picked so far? Jackie B, Julie,
Yeah.
And Davy.
Davy. I am going to pick Queen Aviva as my winner pick.
Oh wow.
I think she's learned. I think that she'll control her obsessive tendencies to share too much information. I think she can do it. I think she could have an immunity streak at the end too.
Mm-hmm. Is Justin not doing this?
I think I'm gonna go Dan.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
good
that's
pick.
a really good pick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Dan.
I get a good
I think there's
feeling about
I have
them.
like a group of 6 in my head, but I think I'm gonna go Dan. And I do think we are now up 1 female identifying winner. So I think just to balance it out, we need a male winner this season.
We don't need.
I don't think we need.
But guys, like I really want to go into winners of war even. Like I just want it to be even.
We don't have to.
We don't have to. We don't have to. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Dan. I think he'll be kind of middle of the road where he won't be he won't be kind of not orgy enough that he makes it through, but also not so much of a threat that he's a big target, right? I think Aviva, Cody, Matt, I think I'm worried about Jackie B being seen as a big target. I think Davy's going to be a big target. I think those big players, like they're going to be targets. So it's just, the question is, will some of will they get taken out early? Like, will the rest of this crew like think to get them out early to kind of give the lesser threats more of a shot? I don't know.
I see it going one of 2 ways. Either those people are going to run this game or they're going to go out super quick. And it's going to be really devastating to host the first episode if they all go out quick.
I know.
I'm going to be in a lot of pain.
I think it'll be interesting to see, if we get any big moves in the first round to take out some of these big targets. I think
I'd love to see it. I would love to see that. I think it'd be phenomenal. Actually, no, I'd be sad because then I feel like a lot of fun people will go out and I won't get to watch it because I can't be there tomorrow.
Sam, prepare yourself. It's such an emotional train wreck of being on this stream. Like you want to see it, but then when you see it, you're like, no,
not that person.
Every time.
Yeah, it's rough. Well, I think we can wrap up the stream for those of you seeing in the future. Good luck. Good luck on your
Congratulations
season.
to whoever.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Great.
Should be a fun season. Let's keep going on a streak of better and better seasons and more fun, exciting gameplay. Thank you all for being here. I'll let Hannah do the honors of
Okay, I'm gonna press
stomping
end.
the stream.